Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 3. I'm John Cooney, here to preview new independent comics being released March 6, 2013, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Adventure Time with Fiona and Cake number 3. Adventure Time's Fiona and Cake's Totally Math adventure continues in this fan-favorite series. Don't miss this popular miniseries written and drawn by Fiona and Cake creator and Adventure Time storyboard artist Natasha Allegri. And we've got Fairy Quest number 2 of 2, The World of Fablewood, where all the stories that have ever been told live side by side, is a sinister place indeed. The thrilling adventure of Red Riding Hood and her wolf continues as they try to escape and find sanctuary in the mysterious place called the Real World, all the while staying one step ahead of the dreaded Mr. Grimm and his Think Police. Written by industry legend Paul Jenkins of Century and Deathmatch and drawn by comic superstar Humberto Ramos from Amazing Spider-Man, the Smash Kickstarter success story Fairy Quest is now available in single-issue format for the first time. We've got Hypernaturals number 9, the beginning of a new arc, ideal for new readers. As the Continuum's greatest menace, Sublime is used to having every single hyper-powered hero in the galaxy chasing after him. But now a mysterious new force has both heroes and villains of the universe in fear for their very lives. And we've got Planet of the Apes Cataclysm number 7. Deep in the caves near the Forbidden Zone, Milo, Vitus, and Cornelius find themselves cut off from the rest of their party and face the grim task of fending for themselves with no help or hope of rescue. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got 47 Ronin number 3 of 5. In the wake of Asano's tragic death, Oishi and his loyal samurai set their revenge in motion, with a plot that will span many months while taking a tremendous toll on its participants. Mike Richardson and Stan Sakai continue their famous fact-based legend from Japan's history. This is the definitive modern retelling of the tale of the 47 Ronin. Next, we've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer Willow Wonderland number 5 of 5. Willow's search for magic has led her to some strange worlds and mysterious creatures, fantastical spells, lost love, and new friends, as well as enemies. As her journey speeds towards its end, Willow lands within a rather morbid landscape where the greatest evil she'll have to confront is herself if she's ever to make it home again. We've got Colder number 5 of 5. A mental patient battles insanity incarnate in a horrific finale to this mind-bending series from the creative team behind the Falling Skies comics, horror in the vein of Lock and Key and Preacher. Next, we've got Hellboy in Hell, number 4. After a bizarre family reunion, Hellboy can barely process the new information and the things he's done since arriving in Hell. But Mike Mignola has one more revelation before concluding this initial monthly run of the story we've been building to since 1994. And we've got Star Wars Dark Times Fire Carrier number 2 of 6. Darth Vader grooms a new tool for the Empire, a new assassin. Meanwhile, Jedi Master Kirk flees across the countryside with a group of young Padawans. His hope is to find a safe haven and prevent the impressionable younglings from experiencing any more tragedy, but tragedy is exactly what awaits them. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Dark Shadows number 14. The future of Collingwood has been glimpsed. Barnabas and his clan are headed towards dark days. What are those who endured it willing to sacrifice to make sure it never happens? Is it too late for some, or is there one last drastic measure one member of the clan can make to make the future unknown again? We've got Kevin Smith's The Bionic Man number 17, part 1 of an exciting new story arc. The country of Naboo is in the bloody throes of a desperate rebellion. While a brutal dictator uses whatever means necessary to squash the rebels, the American government orders OSI to locate and disarm Naboo's nuclear missiles before they go rogue. C plunges into the unforgiving desert on the hunt for the nukes, but finding them could be far tougher and deadlier than the Bionic Man bargained for. We've got Vampirella number 27. The 2-part Theories of Reality story begins here. Secrets and maybe a little blood are certain to be spilled when Vampirella finds herself in the midst of an unexpected family reunion. The revelations don't stop there. We're also pulling back the curtain to reveal the origin story of Criswell and the Conjurers. How are they connected, and what does their bond have to do with Vampirella's mother, Lilith? We've got Vampirella Strikes number 3. The Angel General Evanuel has made a deal with devils, but why? What secret would be so dire as to make one of the most powerful angel soldiers in Heaven's legions give up his blood willingly? And we've got Warlord of Mars Dejah Thoris number 23. A lost city and an unexpected storm give Dejah Thoris and Kantos Khan more than they can handle when they are entrusted to protect a bratty young princess with a price on her head. From IDW Publishing, we've got Adventures of Augusta Wind number 5 of 5. Having learned the secrets of her past from the sleeper on the ocean of story, Augusta returns to Nowhere Island only to find it under attack by the forces of the Terrible Something. Is this the end of Augusta's adventure, or just the beginning of her cosmic quest? We've got G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero number 188. The threatened benzene has been averted. G.I. Joe has made it out of their most dangerous mission yet, but it's out of the fire and into the frying pan for America's elite unit as Jinx returns from her secret mission with some shocking information. G.I. Joe has to act fast or face the consequences in a Real American Hero number 188. We've got Jinrise number 3 of 5. Slave from interstellar forces, student Andrew Marcus's fate rests in the hands of Eunice, a boy in control of a living myth, a genie. But can a single Jinn stand against these invaders, led by their greatest warrior, Lahasad Brim? The answer might depend on a wild card, a mysterious stranger who might be a friend or foe. And we got Joe Palooka number 4 of 6. The saga of fast-rising MMA fighter Joe Palooka continues as he travels to exotic and dangerous Hong Kong. Joe seeks to make a name for himself as a fast-rising MMA star while clearing his name since he's wanted for murder back home in Southern California. We've got Kiss number 8, Into the Void Part 2. The Four Who Are One and the Destroyer battle it out in the grand finale of cosmic proportions. The Demon, the Star Child, the Celestial, and the Catman, can they come together as never before to repel darkest evil from the universe once and for all? We've got My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic number 4. Their epic quest nearing its end, the main 6 reach the Changeling Kingdom and find themselves at the mercy of Queen Chrysalis. A sinister offer threatens to tear the group apart before they can save the day. Will friendship prevail over the Queen's nefarious plan? We've got Transformers More Than Meets the Eye number 14. The return of Overlord. Locked in a secret cell underneath the Lost Light, hidden from the crew, a Decepticon psychopath is talking without opening his mouth, and an Autobot with needles for fingers is about to make the biggest mistake of his life. We've got Transformer Spotlight Bumblebee number 1 one-shot. Escape from Earth. Before Cybertron was reborn, Bumblebee leads the Autobots on Earth. In this untold tale, he must take the reins of command, and he's got hundreds of rogue Decepticons standing between him and respect. And we've got True Blood number 10, Alan Ball's hit HBO series, the sensually sizzling story of the lives and loves of vampires, mind readers, and all manner of creatures, continues in this ongoing series. Now that the Shake for Me storyline has come to a close, we take a closer look at Alcide Habro and what makes this brooding werewolf tick in this special one-off story. From Image Comics, we've got Bedlam number 5 by Nick Spencer of Morning Glories and Thief of Thieves with the simple title, A Great Weeping. We've got Blackacre number 4. After a chain of disastrous events, Hull lands in a remote and unforgiving new territory. As Sinclair scrambles to get a handle on the operation from inside Blackacre's walls, a powerful rival smells blood. We've got Epic Kill number 9. To infiltrate a government fortress and rescue her captive uncle, Song must tap into the darkest part of her soul, becoming even more lethal and cold-hearted. A sacrifice and mindset she may never return from. We've got Glory number 33, War Torn, Part 3 and Final Battle. The penultimate issue of Glory Saga ties threads together from its very beginning amidst the most brutal war Glory has ever fought. Destinies will be realized, lives will be destroyed, the end begins here. We've got I Love Trouble number 4, Owe My Soul to the Company Store. Felicia hones her little teleportation trick and picks up a few new ones, while training with Mars to become a cold-blooded assassin. At least that's what they expect her to be, but Felicia learns that while it might be no trouble for her to get next to her target, pulling the trigger isn't as easy, and living with her conscience afterwards is even tougher. We've got Lost Vegas number 1 of 4. The Eisner Award-winning team of Jim McCann and Janet Leigh reunite to create a universe filled with intrigue as one gambler turned slave has 24 hours to go all in and pull off the greatest heist the universe has seen. Welcome to Las Vegas. Aboard this luxurious casino-filled traveling space station, you'll find the highest stakes games from every corner of the planet, unheard of winnings, and the greatest attractions anywhere. The fine print: those who bet it all and lose must work it off as indentured servants to the casino. Escape is not possible. No one is exempt from these rules. We've got Mara number 3 of 6. Seeing her friends and supporters abandon her, and instead of trying to suppress her newfound powers, Mara goes public. Openly displaying her rapidly developing abilities, she challenges the bias and discrimination. People start to see her as not a freak, but rather someone who can't be stopped, and that starts to make a lot of very serious people very concerned. Socially aware superheroics in a world we've never seen. We've got Repossessed number 3 of 4. In this roller coaster ride of an issue, the crew heads to the swamps of Florida to finally repossess Sarah from the mysterious demon. But they have to deal with more than redneck survivalists and gators. A surprise guest makes an explosive entrance and an old friend reappears. Demons galore. We've got Savage Dragon number 185, The Verdict. Savage Dragon is on trial for crimes he committed when he had reverted to his Emperor Kerr persona. Now the world is his witness as his shocking verdict is read. Meanwhile, Malcolm Dragon has troubles of his own. Thunderhead and Double Page. We've got Sex #1, first issue collector's item. Finally, a good reason for you to come to the comic book store to buy Sex. Simon Cook has retired from his own alternative lifestyle and returned to the city he'd previously sworn to protect. Now he's just another average citizen, or is he? The term adult has never been so appropriate as when it's applied to sex. We've got Snapshot #2 of 4. Jake's life spirals into nightmare as he finds himself haunted by the very hitman who has framed him for murder. Meanwhile, the victim's daughter can give Jake the key to the mystery if he lives that long. Continuing the new thriller from the creators of The Losers and Green Arrow Year 1. We've got Son of Merlin #2. The battle begins anew. Morgana and her Black Knights will stop at nothing to thwart Merlin and obtain the Stone of Giramfell. With Merlin out of the picture, the only person who can stop Morgana is a young MIT professor, Simon Ambrose. But Simon is a scientist and a man of reason. Will Simon accept his magical heritage, or will his rigid understanding of the universe get in his way? And we've got Witchblade #164, Hope Through the Darkness. Sarah Pizzini moves to Chicago to escape her failures and to leave her demons behind her in New York. Her new life in the Windy City has been far more difficult and far stranger than she ever expected. Until now, her past has stayed buried. But when Rapture Bearer Tom Judge and Darkness Bearer Jackie Estacado come a-knocking, Sarah risks the discovery that her new life in Chicago may not have been a decision that she made for herself. And we've got Youngblood #77, Rise, Part 1. Familiar Youngblood faces return just in time. There's a traitor within as the team is challenged by their greatest nemesis. Lord Chapel rises again. The destruction of Youngblood sets the stage for Extreme 2013's biggest event. And from Valiant Entertainment, we've got Shadow Man #5, an all-new arc. The coming of Master Dark is upon us. Jack Boniface has just been to hell and back. After surviving the horrors of the Dead Side, Jack is taking his new abilities to the limit and discovering more about the legacy of Shadow Man with each passing night. But what if he wasn't the only thing that managed to escape back to Earth? Something dark has arrived in New Orleans, leaving death and madness in its black wake. What's more, the city's deadliest cartel assassin is after Jack, and he refuses to die. Literally. Okay, so that's it from some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.